This poor man. He's surviving. He's on fumes. Any dads out there, let's hear it for Rob.
Listen, they told me it would be sleepless nights.
He's in the difficult bit.
But when they say sleepless nights, I didn't think they actually meant sleepless nights.
And nights plural.
I thought
many.
I thought it meant, oh, you don't get a lot of sleep. I didn't realise they meant, no, you don't sleep. You know, if your kid's got colic because he had an infection, and you know your wife's on antibiotics too, so his gut feeling's knocked out, then. I'm in a room full of dads, so they've all been through this. I'm not used.
It's the first 4 weeks is adrenaline, and then the next 8 weeks after that is just you're ruined. You are ruined.
Thing is, also, I'm running a couple of companies. Chapman's got a lot of stuff. You know this because you run it with me. A lot of stuff going on that we're doing, and it's really hard.
Anyway,
it's hard work. God damn it! I'm on the Red Bull.
So look. We've got a video coming up here on some Mooer pedals, and you know what I'm going to say here? I'm going to invent some new words. I want to know: are these pedals going to be shaffordable, just affordable, or gruffordable?
Gruffordable.
So great,
it's like and great and affordable.
So it's shaffordable. You know, it's the sh bit is. Affordable is just okay, maybe, and gruffordable is it's affordable, but it's great. So
right,
Mooer. We all know Mooer. They kind of almost invented this micro pedal thing, didn't they? Or certainly one of the first people to do it.
I can hear people typing already. Actually, I think you'll find it was.
It might have been Joe or something like that, but it was definitely they were there.
Hey, B, you still there? Is everything okay? Okay, hold on. I'll just put this back on my shirt. Okay.
It's like it's Black Ops, isn't it? It's like, hey, I'm moving in.
It's back on my shirt.
Now, this new range, and there are 10 pedals in this new range, we have 5 of them today, is called the Micro Preamp range. And if you look closely at any of these pedals, you will see that they have all got a graphic on them of kind of like a guitar head. And they've all got the same knobs on them. They've all basically just got treble, middle, bass.
They're all the same.
Volume and gain. They've all got a little button here, and they've all got a micro switch. And they all run on a 9-volt power supply like all the other Mooer stuff. But they are a little bit different to normal pedals. And we've set up a trifecta of different ways you can use these pedals in here. You can use them comme ça, which means like this, if you don't know what that means in French. So this is like your normal way. So this is the front end of a guitar amplifier, so how you'd normally plug any pedal in, and it sounds like this. And you might add a distortion in like this. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Now, of course, I hear you all out there battling on your keyboards furiously. Going, of course, if you've got a pedal designed to emulate the preamp of a certain guitar amp, but then, of course, you run it through the preamp of your existing guitar amplifier, it stands to reason that the two are going to perhaps not necessarily complement each other. So the second in our trifecta of ways in which you can use these pedals is to plug into the effects return of your amplifier. Now, not every amplifier will have an effects loop, and not every effects return will work. So double check before you go running away with this that you can get your amp to work if you plug in the effects return. But then you get a sound like this. So that's no preamp, just the power amp section. And fortunately, on this particular amplifier, the reverb still works, even if you only go through preamp section. Sorry, the effects return.
Gain it, bro.
So let's do a quick A/B. This is into the front end. And this is into the effects return. So, now there's a third way that you can do this, which I've got to kind of unplug everything to do. So we're going to do this at the end of the video, but that is to engage the speaker emulation built into each of these pedals and run it straight into your sound card or PA or whatever. So we'll do that at the end of the video. But for now, here are the 5 that we've got. There's a Marshall-y sounding one, like a modern Marshall sounding one. There's a 5150 sounding one. There's a Fender-y sounding one.
Fondé.
There's a Boogie sounding one, and there is a Two-Rock sounding one. Major claim, put a Two-Rock into a pedal that costs about the same as, I don't know, going to the cinema. And I don't know what the other 5 pedals are yet. The website is exceptionally vague, but I guess as more information comes out of those, you'll be able to find out from, I'll put a link in our description below this where you can go and find out more about these. And
I wonder if they had to ask Two-Rock if it's okay to make.
Oh, they don't say the word Two-Rock.
Oh, right.
I've just been told by a man in the know.
Oh, right.
That's what it's
Did you just
modelled on.
diverge some divulgence?
Yes, they are simply, you almost just have to either know or try and work it out from the visual graphic. I think they are allowed to say that they obviously can't say it's approved by Two-Rock.
No.
Or it's in any way designed by Two-Rock, but I think you're allowed to say that they've tried to make it sound like a Two-Rock.
Right.
That would be difficult to sue someone for, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I've tried to make it sound like this, but you decide whether it does or not. So we're going to stay through the effects loop for now because we've kind of decided that's probably the best way to do this. Now, here we get into the clever bit. These are really multi-purpose. Shall I tell you how much they are first? And then you can start to decide whether it's affordable, or affordable. Yeah, or any of those.
Or gr.
So the RRP on these is £95, including VAT, which one would assume then that means these will be under $100 if you're in the US and somewhere around about €100 if you're in Euroland. So, instant thoughts? What do we hear? Don't know. Mixed. Bit of everything so far. So, okay, I'm just going to focus. Which is your favourite, Rob?
White one.
You like the 5150?
Yeah, mate.
Okay, so I'll stay on there. The features are the same on all of them. So there's 2 ways that the pedal will operate. You've got it in normal on-off mode. You turn it on, you turn it off. Oh, quite noisy. It's moving towards the affordable end. Now each pedal has got 2 channels, like an amp would have, like most amps would have. So blue being the cleaner of the 2 sounds.
What kind of button is that?
Just a little, don't know. Just
you press it. I thought you just touched it and it sensed the light.
There is a press thing. So 2 channels, blue and red. Now if I leave it on the blue and I switch this on and off, it will just engage the blue channel. If I leave it on the red and switch it on and off, it will engage the red channel.
Right.
Dead easy. However, here's a clever bit. If I switch it on and then hold this pedal down till we get some flashing, what you'll see is now I stay always on this amplifier and I simply switch between the clean and the dirty channel.
Why would you want anything other than that though?
I don't know.
I can't think of a reason.
You know what it means when I can't get a word in edgeways over Rob's playing, don't you? It means these are perhaps on the affordable scale. I think it's just gone graffordable.
It's edging to graffordable now. Hammer them gains, bro.
Now, there's no way of They don't have separate EQ or separate volumes or anything for whether you're on the red or the blue channel. It's just...
Because it's very bright on the gain side.
Well, that's probably a characteristic of that one particular pedal, isn't it? So if I actually switch this off now, maybe we can go through some of the blue settings on the other pedals.
Yeah.
So...
That's a bit flabby for me. Got a lot of sag.
What have I got? Well, I mean, I can probably fiddle around with the controls. And of course, oh no, there's no EQ controls on the amp because we bypassed the preamp, haven't we?
Straight
It's just
into
boom,
the
straight in. Should we do the Fender one?
Do it. Do the Fondé.
So here's the clean channel. I've just had a thought, which would be really easy to do. Now, of course, because these are kind of designed to be guitar amp, I'm saying modelling, but I don't like that. So yeah, preamps. There's absolutely no reason why, if your favourite sound would be a Marshall, but with, say, a tube screamer in the front of it, or something that tightened up that bottom end.
Would it take one in it?
You would do that. So let's grab, let me just, I'll have to ask my beautiful assistant, Peter, otherwise I've got to uncouple myself from my lapel microphone. So Peter, if we could have something that was tube screamer-esque.
Do you want it up here? Do you want it down there? Where do you want it?
It doesn't really matter, does it? So after a bit of faffing around there, we've put a Dodd looking glass pedal into the chain here. So the idea being now, I will layer that up over and above the Marshall. Now I've chosen the Dodd looking glass because it was kind of the closest thing we had to, it's got a bass cut control on it. So again, I should be able to remove some of that flabbiness, and it's a relatively low gain kind of overdrive pedal. So. Sounds all right to me.
That works.
When you think that, so this is the, you know, if you just go back to this is the sound we're working with. So look, I'm just going to put the Dodd looking glass in this little drawer of glory here.
Have you got a reverb that's decaying at the end?
It's just whatever the standard reverb is in that amplifier. So we've shown that you can use pedals with this. What have we not really done yet? We didn't do the blue sounds on these. Let's just quickly do those.
That's the blue sound.
There we are. The Dodd pedal is switched off.
Were you checking in your tone cupboard?
I was.
Tone drawer.
And finally, let's try this 2-rock thing over on the end here.
I can't think of anything that sounds less
like a two-rock. Yes, no idea where they
yeah.
think that two-rock sound has come from, unless, of course, there are some higher gain two-rock amplifiers, but it's not exactly John Mayer Central, is it?
No,
that
it's
kind
just
of sound.
not. It doesn't sound like a two-rock really.
But it sounds good, but just not what you would think it is. So that's the overview. So come on, Rob, before we plug it into the straight into the interface, on the affordable swingometer, are we going shaffordable, graffordable, or just affordable?
For me, it's affordable.
It's affordable.
Swinging into the graffordable on some of them.
I'm inclined to agree. I think it's just, let's just keep your eyes on the prize here and just go for 95 quid. There's going to be tons of people out there that just want a super easy way of getting some different tones out
exactly.
there.
I mean,
easy peasy. Sounds good to me.
Recently made a video where I said, how to put a thing through your effects loop of your amplifier. And if you had an affordable amplifier with a simple preamp and you wanted to change things up, you could take one of these and put it through the loop.
Right, I'm just going to stand by because we are going to plug straight into our computer interface. So now what you are hearing, what we're hearing is we've got like a powered 1x15 PA cabinet on the floor here, so I'm not entirely sure that's ideal, but at least we can hear it. And what you're hearing is just straight plugged in. Now the first thing that we've got to do is switch these over to their cabinet emulated mode, because as Rob will ably demonstrate, in the non-cabinet emulated mode, these sound off the scale shaffordable.
Really gash.
Yes, so here we go. Absolutely not how you would use this pedal. It sounds terrible. This is essentially what all guitar amps would sound like if we used full range speakers. The only reason kind of regular guitar amplifiers don't sound like that are because of the types of speakers you would typically use and speaker cabinets that you would use. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hold this little button down here, and we have engaged the speaker emulation built into the pedal, and now it sounds like this. It's quite hard to know, because I still think that sounds crap through here, if I'm completely honest with you.
It sounds awful.
But I don't know if that's because of the type of speaker we're using. So we're going to look to Revere now. Does it sound crap or okay?
Where is it on this? It's around here. It's around there.
It's the thing that the Roman emperor would have done where I can't decide. Should we kill him or let him live? It's there, isn't it? Kill him or let him live.
I mean, I think the thing is these are affordable pedals, and that's probably what you'd expect.
We ought to... what you're probably listening to on, and what I suspect most people would be listening to this on, would just be a pair of little desktop speakers, rather than a clunky.
No, most people just will be listening
PA
to these through their iPhone.
Yeah, well, not as they're recording it, they probably
Oh,
won't
no. Oh, sorry, I thought you meant people watching this video.
No. I mean, as in whilst you're recording it. And of course, having a great big 1x15 speaker with a big tweeter on it is probably not ideal. But it didn't sound great to me. Maybe...
would you use one of these, or would you use some of the affordable software? That's what this is competing against, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the software, I think, in terms of value for money and end result tone, always wins. Or at least the right software does.
Yeah.
When you look at, I don't know, Positive Grid or something like that, for what it costs and what you can do with it, it always wins. But they're not pedals, are they? What do you do when you want to chuck something in front of your guitar amplifier and stomp on it and all that kind of stuff? You
I guess this fulfills both areas of the requirement.
Yeah, and I'm not, I am absolutely in the camp of do not want to be sitting there going, I can't work out why the plugin's not doing the thing, and now I've got to do the plugin and I just want to go, oh look, I've got a guitar sound, but different people will be different things. So let's try the 5150 now with the cabinet emulation on. better.
That's a lot better.
That's a lot
but then
better.
it's a higher gain.
Yeah, higher
So maybe
gain.
I'm more in kinship with it.
Let's try something bluesy. This is the... now let's go.
For me, the boogie sounds the best.
Do you like that one better than the 5150, do you?
I think it sounds more more originally like.
And finalement, the 2-rock, which we don't think sounds like a 2-rock, but here we go.
Yeah, I didn't like that one.
Not really.
No.
So there you go.
It's a bit of a hodgepodge mixed bag, isn't it?
And there's 10 in total, so I'm guessing there. I don't know this, but I'm guessing there'll be copies of orange amps and high watt amps and other famous
Victory.
amplifiers. Maybe it might be a bit new Victory, but
Well, I liked that one.
Yep.
I like the clean on this. Actually,
Yep.
the gain on that one.
Yep.
I backed off his clean.
Yeah.
And I liked the boogie one. Didn't
there we are.
really like the others.
Yeah, hey, look. So we're going to not award this I think this overall will get an affordable award.
Yes.
With the, with probably
should we get them a trophy?
a little trophy.
I've actually got one in my car.
Okay then. Awesome. Maybe we could just have one for the screen. For me, I've not heard how it recorded yet. I should say, obviously, all the reverb you were hearing when we were plugged straight into the DI was the reverb from Logic. There's no reverb built into these pedals.
It's imaginary.
Imaginary. So, given that all we've heard is the speaker emulated sound through a highly inappropriate speaker, and I didn't really like
Difficult for
any
us to
of
judge.
them. But of course, if they sound great to you as you're listening, then happy days. And we'll hear it once the video's been edited. But into that, just straight into the effects loop, I thought all 5 made good noises. In terms of, do they sound like the amps that they're voiced to sound like?
Nah.
Not really.
Nah.
I mean, the Boogie, a teeny weeny bit's got that kind of honky gainy sound. The 5150 had the heavier thing.
The Boogie just reminded me of my old Studio 0.5, which was a little tiny combo
Right.
that I used to crank
Yeah.
and just have inappropriately loud.
Yeah. But I always kind of think to myself, when you're comparing, when a manufacturer goes out there and goes, this amp's supposed to sound like this one, it's so difficult because it's such a subjective matter. I think all you're really sort of saying is, did you like the sound of any of these? And if you did, then happy days. Then don't really worry about what amp it's trying to copy or not. Just go, oh yeah, I like that.
At the end of the day, if a duck orders crisps, I'm afraid of toast. I've been Rob Chapman.
And I've been the captain. Hey ho. Rewind.
This is Rory from the UK. Tell me about Rory.
So he edits videos. Rory's awesome.
Yeah!